F1 teams are facing a massive dilemma this season. And for Red Bull and Ferrari, this dilemma is even bigger. Let me explain. When Formula One regulations are stable and no major changes are on the horizon, teams usually follow a well-worn path. They develop their current car right up to the summer break, give or take a few weeks. It's not set in stone, but it's pretty normal across the 10 teams. After that break, most of the attention turns to the next season's car. The current car might pop into the wind tunnel every now and then, but the primary focus is already on the future. That's because under stable regulations, teams build year on year from the same foundation, unless their car is a disaster, in which case, starting fresh is no big loss. But 2025? This season is very different. With massive new regulations coming in 2026, teams know that whoever gets their car right from the start could dominate for years. We've seen it before. Red Bull nailed it in 2022, Mercedes in 2014, Red Bull again back in 2010, and Braun GP in 2009. If you start strong under new rules, you become nearly untouchable. So now teams are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do they keep pushing to develop the 2025 car and fight for this year's championship? Or shift focus to 2026 and risk falling behind in the short term to dominate in the long run? This decision isn't just about race pace. It's about where time, money, and resources go. CFD hours, wind tunnel runs, design time, all of it matters. And teams are capped. They can't do everything. Let's take Aston Martin, for example. They've barely improved this year. It's possible they switched full focus to the 2026 car from as early as January. With someone like Adrian Newey now on board, and less pressure to chase prize money, that strategy makes sense. We all know how much Lawrence Stroll would love to give his boy Lance a championship. Meanwhile, Ferrari made the bold choice to bring a nearly brand new concept to the 2025 grid, despite ending 2024 with arguably the fastest car. It was a big gamble. Was it the right call, knowing that 2026 is just around the corner? And McLaren, currently surging, could very well decide to stop developing their 2025 car if they feel they've built a strong enough lead. If they suspect other teams will switch off development soon, they may back off too, preserving their advantage while shifting to 2026. Teams are doing the math. How many hours will it take to catch McLaren this year? How much will that hurt their 2026 development? Is it worth it for one championship? Or is it better to let this one go and aim to dominate the next 4 or more? Here's what we know about the 2026 regulations. Smaller, lighter cars. The wheelbase drops by 200 millimeters to 3,400 millimeters. The width shrinks by 100 millimeters to 1,900 millimeters. The floor gets narrower, and the cars will be about 4% lighter. Minimum weight now 768 kilograms. Active aerodynamics. We'll see new X mode and Z mode systems, letting drivers adjust front and rear wings for better straight line speed or cornering on the fly. Engine overhaul. Power units will feature a 50-50 split between internal combustion and electric power. It's a whole new approach to energy management and recovery. Teams can't officially begin 2026 car development until January 1st, 2025. That means no aero testing or simulations, just planning, discussion, and concept work until then. This rule is meant to create a level playing field, and whichever team hits the ground running could be unbeatable. So what would you do? Would you throw everything at 2025 and try to win now? Or hold back and play the long game for 2026? Is it too early for McLaren to switch? And do Red Bull have too much to find?